Okay, are we live right now? Okay, yes. Hello everyone. Today I will be filming my first video on our weather. We're going to be tracking weather for the rest of this year to see what will be going on. I'll be tracking the entire Earth for the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Western Pacific, the Central Pacific, and the Indian Ocean. So let's start off. So here I am on Tropical Tidbits right now. I'm going to be checking the weather. Okay. So I'm checking the weather right now. So right now I'm in the Bahamas, which is this area right here. You see all these islands right here, just north of Cuba and near the area of Florida. That's where I am right now. And the area where I notice in Florida, we do have some, like in northern to central Florida, there is like a little frontal system right here that could be affecting Florida. So if you're in Florida, you may want to, if that frontal system right there, you may want to probably get some like an umbrella or something, because it's probably going to be raining there, because I'm looking here and there's a frontal system right in this area. So I think I'm gonna go on current storms. We'll get to that. So we'll get to this system in a second. Let me go over to current storms. We have Invest 96S. That's in the Southern Pacific. Invest 96S. Take a look at this. Good structure. Good structure. Now it is a little bit disorganized. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty disorganized, but it has a bit of an okay structure, pretty good structure, but it is gonna get itself together. If it does, it may develop into something. So we'll take a look at that on the larger radar in a second. So I'm gonna go back to current storms. So it's just Invest 96S, and that is near the Indonesia and north of Australia. So if you're in Australia right now, like in the northern Australia area, you may want to watch out for this system, because it may develop into something. I'll check over the next couple days, over the weekend as well. Take a look at it. So currently right now, that's maximum winds of 20 knots and minimum central pressure of 1,008 millibars. So it's currently a low pressure system right now, nothing really serious, but it may develop into something. So we're gonna have to see. So the only storm we're looking at right now is Invest 96S. Okay, so we'll take a look at that later on during the week. Aircraft recon. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go to satellite imagery. So we're gonna start with the Atlantic Ocean. We'll start with the Atlantic right now. So I'm gonna do Atlantic wide. Let's take a look at this. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Let's give it a second to load. Okay, there we go. So like I said, this frontal system right here, in this area right here, that looks like a side of a lot of rain. That is definitely rain. So if you're like in the northern Florida area, like in Titusville, Daytona Beach, and like Jacksonville area, you're probably like, there's probably like a downpour out there right now. So I recommend, if you're gonna go outside, make sure to carry an umbrella, because it's definitely raining over there. And that system looks like it is skirting, like it's speeding off to the northeast right now, but I don't know. I'm in Nassau, Bahamas right now, and so it may affect the Bahamas. So if you're in the Bahamas too, I would recommend possibly preparing. It may not be that serious, but we may feel the effects of that frontal system here. So I'm gonna have to watch that over the next couple days and over the weekend as well. But apart from that, the Atlantic is kind of quiet. There's no tropical waves. It's only early April right now. It's April 3rd, so it's very early April right now. But there's no tropical waves. There is a bit of some convection activity right here. This area right here. I see those cloud tops are pushing at minus 70 to like minus 72 to minus like 77. So there is a system right there, but that probably won't develop into anything. I'm saying probably, I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to see. It isn't hurricane season yet. That doesn't start until June 1st of this year. but it can start early. It can, like in 2017, because when Tropical Storm Arlene formed in 2017, it formed in late April of 2017. So we don't know. It could be early, and including like in 2016, Hurricane Allen's formed in January of 2016. So you never know. This could be something, but we'll have to see. But apart from that, the Atlantic is kind of quiet. There is a system here. I think that may be a low pressure. I may have to see. It looks like a low pressure because it is going in a counterclockwise motion, so it's probably low pressure. That's near it's not Newfoundland. Yeah, that's Newfoundland and Labrador. That's near the Newfoundland and Labrador area. And there's also a lot of more activity here with more frontal systems here in the that's the Azores, I think. Yes, that's the Canary Islands, I think. Yeah, the Canary Islands right there, and the Azores too. So there's some area and there's some convection in that area as well. But apart from that, the Atlantic Ocean is kind of quiet, nothing much. But I would really look at this frontal system right here, and that may cause some cloudy activity over the rest of Florida, and that may affect the northern Bahamas as well, possibly even the central Bahamas. So I'll be looking at that through the rest of this week. So let's go to our not forecast models. Oops. Let me go to back to satellite imagery. I'm going to now look at the Gulf of Mexico. So the Gulf of Mexico is pretty quiet. Nothing serious over the Gulf of Mexico right now. There's nothing at all. But if you look, you see that system right there? Yeah, that's skirting very quickly. That's really speeding off to the northeast. So, but it is also going south too, and there's more convection building up over this area right here. This area right here over. That's like the Okeechobee area near Titusville, Florida, and Jupiter as well, and Boca Raton. So that area, like I said, the system is going to start moving to the south, so that may also affect the Bahamas as well. But apart from that, this area here in the Yucatan Peninsula is pretty quiet as well. Nothing at all actually. Cozumel, Mexico, completely calm. Nothing. Maybe some strong winds though. There may be some winds though. But over this area where this frontal system is going down, there is definitely going to be some strong winds there because it is skirting off pretty quickly. So there are some strong winds. But apart from that, it's pretty quiet. So let me go back to satellite imagery, and let me go down to the northwest Atlantic. That's where we want to look at. That's where all the activity is at. So let's go where all the activity is. Okay, here we are. So, like I said, this area in the Bahamas, nothing much here. I'm in the Bahamas right now. And right now, it's actually good weather. It's pretty sunny out, so there's nothing serious. But we may be affected by this frontal system later. I don't know when, but possibly. So, if you're like in the Grand Bahama Abaco area, including Nassau and Northern Andros, you may want to watch out for this too. Even the folks out in Miami and Florida, like the Miami Key West area, Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale and Aventura, you may want to watch out for this too. And it's really large though. It's really large. It is skirting off to the northeast, but it looks like it's also affecting the east coast of the United States. It looks like it's affecting like Savannah, Georgia, up through South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey. Like it's all over the place. So it's probably raining there as well. So looks like I said, this system may skirt down like this because it is skirting off to the northeast, but it's also going some of it is going slightly south. So like I said, I'm probably gonna watch out for that. But let me go to the over the United States. I want to go over to the United States of America. Eastern Atlantic. Okay. No, I can't get to the United States. Okay, I can only go to the east coast of the United States. Okay, then that's fine. So now we're gonna move on to the Eastern Pacific now. Let's take a look. Now the Eastern Pacific's hurricane season starts on May 15th. That every year it's May 15th to November 30th. So it's a little bit earlier than the Atlantic, but the Eastern Pacific is pretty quiet right now, nothing serious. There is some convection in this area, but Mexico, there is some, but I also did notice there's a little bit of convection off the coast of Panama. There's a little bit of off the coast of Panama, a little bit of convection, but that's not a problem for them because that's basically off the coast. It's going to the west, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. But Mexico, this area right here, it's all calm, nothing serious. It's all clear. But there is some convection there, but that's probably not going to, develop into anything because it's very disorganized. It's nothing. It's not together. It's all over the place, so it may not become anything. But you never know. I'll also after this, I'm going to go into the NHC's National Hurricane Center's Weather Service site so we can see what's going on there. There's probably nothing, but it won't hurt to check. But it looks basically quiet. I can see that same frontal system that's affecting Florida right now. I can see it right now. So, okay. Looks pretty quiet, nothing serious. Let me go back to satellite imagery. We'll go to the Central Pacific now. That's the area where Hawaii is, too. I'm not going to lie, the Central Pacific's been quiet. I know the next name on the naming list, I think it's Hone. I think I may be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure. If Hone has already formed, it's been Hone for years now. The first name on the Central Pacific list hasn't even formed yet. The first name is Hone, and it was like that from 2019. It hasn't formed. Hone has not formed yet, so it's basically been all but quiet in the Central Pacific. So these are the Hawaii Islands, and a little further is the Western Pacific. We'll go to that in a second, but mostly quiet in the Central Pacific as well. Nothing serious. I did notice though there is some convection north of the Hawaii Islands, but that shouldn't affect them. But there's more convection in this area. But usually in the Central Pacific is really nothing, apart from a few rain and thunderstorms that may affect Hawaii from time to time. But like I said just a second ago, Hone, that same system has not formed yet. It has not formed yet. It was supposed to be like that from 2019 because the first name is Hone, and the next one after that I think is Iona. I'm pretty sure it's first Hone, then Iona. And I don't know what's after that, but all I know the first two names is Hone and Iona. But they haven't formed yet. Unfortunately, not. They haven't formed yet. So, that probably will take some time. Hopefully it is this year because, you can't just go all year and for the rest of eternity without having at least one form. Anyway, so it looks like I said, there is some convection in this area, like north of the Hawaii Islands and south too, but it's very inconspicuous and it's disorganized. It's nothing serious, and it's probably just a regular thunderstorm. This is just a bunch of thunderstorm and rainfall activity right here. So let's go back to satellite imagery. Now let's move on. I am very curious about the South Pacific, where Fiji is and Australia is, because I want to see that Invest 96S. I'm very curious to look at that, so I'm going to take a look at that later. But let's go over to... Oh, I can get the United States right here. Okay. I want to go to the Western Pacific, but I don't think I can get that. No, I can't get the Western Pacific then. Okay, never mind. So in that case, I will go over to the forecast models. So yeah, see, that's the same... that is the exact same frontal system I was just talking about. Seeing here, low pressure system 985 millibars. Regions. I can do regions too. I'm gonna do the North Atlantic entirely, so we can get. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we can get the entire North Atlantic. Okay, so this is what the frontal system looks like. This is the low pressure system. Now that's really low pressure because that's 973 millibars. 973 is what you will typically find in a category 2, like in a high-end Cat 2, low Cat 3 hurricane. So that is some low pressure right there. There's 992, 990, and 988. So that's low pressure right there. But let's do the future. See? Okay, see, now that's this right here is skirting all the way off to the northeast. But the southern part of it is hitting like the northern Bahamas, and yeah, so it dissipates eventually. But the southern part of it does affect the most northerly islands like Abaco, Grand Bahama, and Berry Islands, including Nassau as well. So That is on April 4th, which is tomorrow. So if anyone is in that area, I'd recommend bringing probably like a raincoat or umbrella with you, because it may rain tomorrow, because it looks like the southern area of that system is going to like just chip right at the Bahamas, like just the most southerly part of it. So future forecast, yep. Okay, then it becomes clear on April 6th. This is April 6th, 2024. So I'm just going future forecast entirely. April 8th, April 9th. We're just going. Okay. There's some more rain on April 14th, April 13th as well. Some more rain then. Okay. Got some rain on April 15th. Possibly. So, rain on April 15th, and this goes all the way through April 19th up to April 20th. Okay, it starts at April 19th. So, looks like we may have some rain potentially tomorrow, and potentially on the 15th of April, 14th, 15th of April. So, I'd be ready for that if I were you as well. So, let me go to the hurricane HWRF. No storms, HWRF parent. No storms, HMON. No storms, GFS. Invest 96S. We'll take a look at that in 1 second. Forecast models. Okay. So let's go to the GFS. Let's take a look at the GFS right now. I don't really rely off the GFS because they're not the best with storms with the GFS model. Even with Hurricane Dorian back in 2019, the GFS was predicting that Dorian was going to become a high-end tropical storm, low Cat 1 hurricane, but Dorian ended up being a major 185 mile an hour Category 5 hurricane. And even when Dorian was a major hurricane, it was saying that Dorian was not going to be no more than Cat 3 going on to low-end Cat 4, but like I said, Dorian became a Cat 5. So I don't really rely off the GFS, but let's take a look at it though. Let's take a quick look. So right now, this is April 3rd, 1,001 millibars, 1,005, 1,003, 1,000 millibars. Ooh, 980 millibars. So it looks like this is going to develop into some sort of like cyclone. It's going to become a tropical storm, then a cyclone. So the folks in the, the Australia area, Northern Australia, I'd recommend you keep your eyes on this, because it looks like by April 5th, this could become a mild, as we call it here, hurricane, but over there, they call it a cyclone. 963, 959, 955, 959, 967, and it goes all the way down. Where does it go? It goes all the way down to 955 millibars on April 6th. And it's April 3rd, so it's like 3 days. That's 3 days from now. So like I said, the folks in the Australia area, it doesn't make like a direct hit with Australia, but it comes really, really close. So I think the Australia area will be affected. So like I said, the folks in Australia, I'd recommend you keep your eyes on this, because this could be something serious. But it goes, like I said, all the way down to 955, 955, then rises back up to 959, 967, 977, 986 millibars, 999, 995 millibars, and it goes all the way back up to 1010. And then it just dissipates entirely into nothing. Just dissipates entirely by April 13th. It should become, I'd say by about April 10th, it should be extratropical by April 10th, and then it just should be a low pressure, and then completely just dissipates entirely by I'd say the early morning hours of April 13th. Okay then, that's interesting. Now, we're going to go on to analysis, and this is for everyone as well. So now we're going to do ocean analysis. We're going to do sea surface temperatures. So this is actually, the sea surface temperatures are actually what fuels hurricanes and cyclones and typhoons, because of course all of us know that's what fuels it up and generates it up. So right now it's not hurricane season for the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific yet, but the area where you would find here by the Philippines and Papua New Guinea, in this area right here by Thailand and Japan, that area is pretty warm, and especially here in the Indian Ocean, where you'll find Bangladesh, that's 28 Celsius, 31, pushing 32 actually, in off the coast of Sri Lanka. including in Madagascar, 30, 30, 29. And that area where I found Invest 96S is 29, pushing 30 degrees Celsius. So that's why this thing is really going to intensify. I'm guessing around Cat, like mid, from low Cat 3 to mid Cat 3. I don't expect this thing to go into Category 4. I don't expect it to. It shouldn't have winds. I'm guessing now, maybe around 120, 125. I don't think it's going over 130. That's probably going to be like 130 tops, and that's it. 130 tops. But like I said, we're going to watch this thing, and I'm also going to probably do a live stream on this. Probably later on tomorrow or something. Maybe not tomorrow, because I'm uploading this video tomorrow. It's Wednesday right now, but I'm uploading this video tomorrow. So I'll probably do a live stream on Friday about this for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So this area, pretty warm, very warm in this area. So let me go over to the Atlantic. It's pretty warm, not bad, but the area where like the Bahamas is, it's not that warm. It's like 25, 24 Celsius. That's pretty low because, well, it is April, but even considering that it is early April, it should start to warm up because at this time of year, usually it should warm up. It's kind of low. And at this point, even like the regular outside temperature, it's still kind of cool. You know, you would expect it is warming up, but it's not that warm. But apart from that, it is pushing 30 to 28, 29 by off the coast of Eastern Africa, 28 by Jamaica and Haiti, and 27 by the Lesser Antilles. The Greater Antilles is around 28, 27. So that's pretty good temperature. But it's only like the area like south of Cuba and the area where Honduras and Nicaragua is where it is around 27, 28. So that's the only area where it's pretty warm. Apart from that, the Gulf of Mexico is a little bit warm, but it's kind of cool. It's like 25, 26. So those areas is pretty cool. So nothing to worry about there. Eastern Pacific, it's 29, pushing 30. Around 30, 29 by the area of around El Salvador. But Mexico, not too bad either. 25, 26 to the area where where is it called again? Yes, the Central Pacific. It is around 25, 24. 25, 24, 26. But where Hawaii is, that is like pretty cool. It's like 21 to 22 going on to 23. So, looks like last year we had an El Nino, but it looks like this year, we're probably going to have a La Nina. Yeah, La Nina, that's what it looks like. This area right here, it's really likely to see a La Nina, if I'm being honest. Yeah, definitely, La Nina, definitely. Okay, so now let's go to our sea surface temperature anomalies. This will tell us the areas that are below average and the areas that are above average and the areas that are average. So let's go to the anomalies. This gives us a briefing of what the temperatures were like from 1981 all the way up to 2010 and up to now as well. So April 3rd, 2024, the area where the Atlantic is, it is pretty average. Yeah, definitely average. But like I said, the Eastern Pacific, I could see this area right here, the Atlantic and the La Nina. It's not, last year it was an El Nino, but this time it's a La Nina. It's definitely La Nina. So the areas were pretty warm by the Philippines, but the area by northern Australia where I found the Invest 96S, pretty average to a little bit below average for this year. So pretty average to below average. Even in the Indian Ocean, it's actually a little bit below average. I found it pretty high because 31 seems high, but it actually should be a bit higher because I remember some time ago, it could have been like 2-3 years ago, I remember when the temperatures were pushing 32. So it could be just a little bit below average to about average. The Atlantic, the area where the Bahamas is around a little bit below average, but also the area most of the Atlantic is average right now to actually a little bit above average. That is for this time of year in early April. So it's only just a little above average to average. It's just It's just ever so slightly above average. So that's what we got for our sea surface temperature anomalies so far. So after that, I'm now going to move on to the NHC's page. I'm going to check their National Hurricane Center. So tropical Atlantic full basin, Southwest Atlantic, really nothing to worry about. There are some marine graphical concepts. That's what they do at this time of year. Before we get into hurricane season, it's mainly about the marine areas. So there's not much marine hazards. I don't see anything. Let me go to tropical cyclone products. There are no tropical cyclones in the Atlantic at this time. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. And yes, it says here as well, Central North Pacific runs from June 1st to November 30th. And like I said earlier, the Eastern Pacific is May 15th to November 30th. I don't know the time for the Western Pacific. I'm going to have to probably look that up. But apart from that, everything just looks pretty normal. No active storms, nothing at this time. Eastern Pacific is also quiet. There's nothing here. Like I said, there is some convection, but it's basically all quiet. It's just basically all quiet, nothing. I can't go to the Central Pacific because there's nothing there at this time. So that wraps the end of our video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So also, like I said, the folks in Australia, I recommend you watch this and also prepare, because it looks like this thing could become a major cyclone. And also, I'm personally myself, like I said earlier, I'm going to do a live stream about this on Friday, I think it is. Yeah, on Friday. I'm going to do that on Friday. So if anyone wants to watch, you can watch it on Friday. But I'm going to upload this video tomorrow on Thursday. It'll be premiered on Thursday. So yeah. So like I said, I thank each and every one of you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.